What's up guys, welcome to the channel, and in today's video we are going to apply the file modes that we talked about in our last video. And just a short recap that we talked about: R, that is the reading mode; W, that is the writing mode; then X mode, in which we can create a file; and then A mode, which adds more content to the file. So I forgot to tell you guys that the R mode and the T mode, it is actually a default mode for the open function that we are going to discover in this video. So don't worry about the open function right now. I'm going to tell you what it is in just a few seconds. And so these are the default modes that the open function uses. And for the quiz right here, that I asked you in the previous video, that how can we read docstrings of a function. So the answer for this quiz was that we can print the docstring by using the function name, and after that we can use dot and then underscore underscore doc underscore underscore. So that's how we can print the docstring of a function. And for the people who have given me answer in my previous video, I've given them hearts and likes. So thank you guys for answering the question. And for the people who haven't answered, I encourage you all to please answer and interact and connect with me, because that is how you can learn Python efficiently. And I hope you all are commenting in my videos to connect with me and interact with me, so that even I can know that how are you feeling about this playlist. So this was all for the answer, and I'm going to make a new text file right now. So I will click on new, and after that I will click on file, and I'll name this file as data. So the PyCharm is asking me that do you want this data file to open in text file. So yes, I will click on OK, and after that I'm going to make a new Python file. So I will click on Python, and then I will name this file as file IO and then 1. So file IO1, and after that I'm going to write open and then parentheses. So open is an inbuilt function in Python which allows you to open a file. Guys, for example, if you want to read a book, you cannot read a book by its cover, right? You need to open the book and view the contents of the book. You need to look at some pictures, you need to look at the book, and you need to read the book. So in that moment, you have to open the book and read it. Just like reading a book, a Python file, a Python program, it has to open a file and view the contents. So that is why this open function is used. This open function takes in two main parameters, that is the file name, and the other one is the mode in which you want to open the file. So I will enter data as my file name, and as you can see I have entered data, that is my file name. And after that I am actually going to add some random sentences in this data file. So I'm going to write Ansh is a good boy, and that Suman is a good boy. Then I'm going to write Ansh is a good teacher, and everything right here I hope is correct for you. I'll move on to the Python file, and after that I'm going to write open data, and then I'm not going to specify the mode. Why am I not going to specify the mode? Because I want the open data to read the file in reading mode, and reading mode right here is the default mode. So I'm not going to write the mode in which I'm going to read the file. Okay, so after this, as you guys can see, the open function. But how do I utilize this open function? Is there a way? Yes. Guys, the open function, it returns a pointer to you. Now, what is a pointer? We had talked about in our playlist, and if you guys haven't accessed our playlist, the link is in the description. So we talked about a pointer, and a pointer is something that points to the file. It's pointing to the file. So something from which we can access the data in the file, something from which we can read and write the file. So that is what a pointer does, and I'm going to store this pointer inside a variable, and I'll name this variable as f. So f is equal to open data, and after that I'm going to write a print statement, that print f dot read. Now this read function right here, it reads all of the content that is in the file, and after that, as you can see, I have told it to print the content. So it will print everything that's inside this file. So if I run it, as you can see, it has read everything that's inside the file and printed inside the console. But if I enter a number right here, for example 3, the f.read function will only read 3 characters of the file, that is A and S, and after that the pointer will stop here. So for example, if I run this, as you can see, it has printed A and S right here. And if I rerun this program again, that is if I replicate this whole sentence and if I rerun it again, and if I run it, as you can see, this time it has printed something different. This time it is printed H space I. But why has it printed that? It has printed because the pointer had stopped at S. So if I rerun that statement again, it will start from the H and then it will print 1, 2 and 3. So that's why it has printed H space I, and if I rerun it again, that is the pointer will stop at I, then it will print S space A. So I'll show you that. I'll replicate this and I'll rerun it, and as you can see, it has printed S space A. So that's how the read function works. I hope you guys understood that, and I'll basically comment this and I'll make a variable name as content, and in this variable I will store the characters. So I will write f.read, and after that I'll enter a large number, for example 355. So after entering 355, I'll print 1 space plus content, that is it will print 1 and after that all of the content that is in the file, because 355 is a really large number for a small file like this, so it should print everything that is inside the file. And after this, if I replicate this and I'll write 2 instead of the content. Now guys, tell me in the comment section below with the timestamp that the content after the 2 be printed. Will there be something inside the content or will it be empty? Guys, comment this below with the timestamp that will something be printed after the 2? Will the content have any data? As you can see, if I run this, and I hope you have commented your answer. So if you are wrong, it does not matter because this is just practice. But if I run this, as you can see, it has printed 1 and after that it has printed everything that was inside the file, and after 2 it hasn't printed anything. Why? Because the pointer that I told to read 355, it has read everything, and after that it has came to the end of the file, and after it has come to the end of the file it has nothing to read. So if I run the read function again, it will be empty because it has nothing to read after the R. So that's how the read function works, and I hope you guys understood it. And I'll comment this out and I'll give this as a source code in the comment section below. So guys, if you want to access the source code, you can go on to the comment section below and you can uncomment this and then you can run it as well. And guys, many of you ask me in the comment section that how do you comment so easily in PyCharm? Guys, there is a shortcut for commenting. So there is control and slash, the slash that is above your control in the keyboard. So that's how you can use for commenting. That's a shortcut. So if I select this whole bit and if I press on control and then slash, as you can see, it has commented everything. So that's how it works. And after that we have got another mode of opening our file, which is RB file. So what is RB? R is to read and B is for reading the file in binary mode. So that's what RB means, that is reading the file in binary. So if I print the statements, that is f.read, and if I run this, as you can see, it has printed the content of the file in binary mode, that is B, then Ansh is a good boy, then R, that is a raw, then then a new line character, and then Suman is a good boy, and then Ansh is a good teacher. And as you can see here, there's a B in front of the sentence. It means that the F, that is the open function, it has readed the file in the binary mode. And if I write T instead of the B, the open function will read the file in the text mode. So if I run this, oops, I've clicked on debug. So if I run this, as you can see, it has printed the file in text mode. So that's how RT and RB work. And then we have another function, that is the read line, the read line function. Now guys, what is read line? Let's take out the logic out of this function. Read line. That means that we are reading a line. What is a line here? Ansh is a good boy is a line. Then Suman is a good boy is a line. Ansh is a good teacher is a line. So there are 3 lines in this file, right? And if I run this program, as you can see, it has only printed 1 line. But if I wanted to print 2 lines, I will write f.readLine, and after that I'll replicate it so that the pointer that has read the line will end here, and after that it will read a new line. So if I run this, as you can see, it has printed Ansh is a good boy and then Suman is a good boy, and if I replicate it again, it will print the 3rd line as well. So as you can see, it has read the 3 lines. And we have another methods to read lines in files. So I will write content is equal to f dot read, and after that I will run a for loop, that is for line in content, that is print line. So now the data in the file, everything that's inside the file is inside content, and I'm telling the program to print everything that's inside the content one by one. So if I run this, as you can see, it has printed every character here one by one. So that's how it works. And if I write for line in f print line, and if I run this, as you can see, it has printed nothing. It has printed nothing. Why has this happened? It is because when you dump the f.read into the content, the f becomes totally empty. When the content in f is empty, then if you iterate this for loop, it will print an empty string. That is, it won't print anything. So when you dump your content in f into this variable right here, it will be empty, right? So that's why the f does not have any data in it. And if I write that inline content, and I'll basically comment this out, and after that I'll print for line in f print line, and if I run this, as you can see, it has printed Ansh is a good boy, Suman is a good boy, and Ansh is a good teacher. We can make the use of this function, and now this function is known as f.readLines, lines with an s, guys. So I'm going to make a new variable and name it as list, and after that I'm going to write f.readLines. As you can see, it has given me a function known as f.readLines, and this function basically returns a list that contains each line. So if I run this, as you can see, it has printed each line right here. But if I print the list itself, and I'll comment this for loop. So if I print this list, as you can see, it has printed each line right here. That is, Ansh is a good boy, Suman is a good boy. And if I iterate it by using a for loop, it will print each line. So that's how we can make the use of read lines function, read line function, and read function. And that's how we can open file for reading. And guys, when you open a file, it becomes your responsibility that you close the file after using it. So after using the functions in it and reading the content in the file, it becomes your responsibility that you close the file, and this is really important. So I will close the file by writing f dot, and then I will close the file by using the function close and then empty parenthesis. So that's how we can close the file that we have used. And for example, if you come to my house and if you say that I want to enter your house, and I tell you that yeah, come and have a seat, and after that you go out without closing my main door, will I leave you? No, right? because it becomes your responsibility that you, if you have opened the door of my house, you also need to close it. So just like that, in Python, when you open a file, that is when you open a book, you also need to close that book. So just like that, you need to close a file. So for that purpose, we use f.close. And guys, this video is really important for file IO basics, because in your future, in your professional career, you will have a stage where you need to read files, and these are the basics of Python. And in any language, whether it be C++, there are file IO basics in which we have to open the file and read it. So this is a really important video, and I hope you guys watched it. And please guys, access my Python playlist, because this playlist is going to get bigger, and I'm surprised to get 12 views right here on my file IO basics in Python video. And guys, as you can see, Suman has commented in my videos as well that please upload small projects. And yes, I'm going to upload small projects because it's my subscribers choice, and I'm all for you guys. So I'm going to upload the exercise third video, and it is coming soon. So thank you Suman for commenting, and I hope you guys also comment as well, because that's how we can interact and connect. And I hope you guys are accessing my Python for Absolute Beginners playlist. So you can go on to my playlist section and then click on view full playlist. And after that, as you can see, I've created a Python playlist here, and we have actually crossed 25 videos, and this will be the 26th video. So this playlist is going to get bigger and bigger, and we are going to discover Python from A to Z. So this was all for today's video. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you next time.